Greetings, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to the Kamado Joe Cooking Channel. Today we're going to fire up the Kamado Joe Classic and put together a fun dish. We're going to cook some honey mustard chicken using some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So let's get started. We're going to get started with this honey mustard chicken by making our own honey mustard. And I'm starting out with a fairly large mixing bowl here. I'm going to dump in 1/4 of a cup of Dijon mustard, and then 1/4 of a cup of whole grain stone ground mustard, and then 1/2 a cup of honey, and then 1 tablespoon or so of freshly minced ginger root that I have minced up on my microplane grater, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of dried tarragon. And then I'm going to take my whisk and we'll mix that all up together. Okay, now that we've got that honey mustard dressing mixed up, I've got 8 boneless and skinless chicken thighs, and I've trimmed some of the excess fat from each of these. We're just going to put these all in the bowl here with the honey mustard, and then we're going to mix it up real well. I'm just going to kind of get all of these nicely coated and mixed into that honey mustard sauce that we've made. Man, that stuff smells outstanding also. We're going to coat that, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and we're going to let this marinate in the refrigerator while we get our grill up to temperature. So I will cover this up, put it in the fridge, and I will meet you at the grill. I've loaded up my Joe with some charcoal. I've got 2 of the Kamado Joe fire starter cubes in here because I want to bring it up to temperature fairly quickly. I'm going to light up both of these, and I'm going to rearrange a few pieces of coal right over the top of these as they burn to help it get going. And then we are going to let this burn with the lid open for about 10 minutes. Now that I've got my fire going, I've set my divide and conquer flexible cooking rack in place, and I've put the accessory rack in the lower position. I'm going to set 1 chunk of peach wood on here to create some nice smoke for this chicken, and then we're going to set each half of our deflector plates on the accessory rack and kind of get those right in the middle. And then we're going to set each half of the grill grate in place, and I'm going to hit that grill grate with my brush, and we're going to set up to cook at 350 degrees here today. So I'm going to do that by setting the lower vent about halfway open, and I'm going to leave the daisy wheel fully open, and I'm going to close the vent almost all the way. I'm going to leave it cracked a little bit in the back, and we're going to watch as the temperature comes up, and I'm going to park it at 350. If I need to lower the temperature, I'll close the vent up more, or if I need to bring it up, I'll open it more. So we're just going to watch that as we go, and when we get up to temperature, we'll get our chicken out here on the grill. Our grill's up to temperature, so I've taken these chicken thighs back out of the refrigerator, and I've arranged them here in my baking dish, and I'm just going to pour on the rest of that honey mustard that we made, just like that. Probably not going to pour quite all of it in there, and we're going to take this outside.
Let's put that bad boy on the grill.
Okay, we've got the Kamado Joe Classic cruising along at about 350 degrees, so I'm going to set this tray of chicken right here in the middle of the grill, and we're going to close the lid, and we're going to let that cook for about 45 minutes or so, or until our chicken thighs reach a temperature between 170 and 175 degrees. Okay, Joe fans, we've been going here for about 50 minutes or so, and I think that was the magic number on this chicken. These chicken thighs are all probing at about 175 degrees. So I'm going to take these off. We're going to take them inside and let them cool just a little bit, and then we're going to have a taste. Alrighty folks, once again I wish you could smell this. This honey mustard's outstanding. Has an outstanding flavor and aroma. Let's see what this chicken tastes like. Man, that's perfectly cooked. It's nice and tender. Very moist inside, obviously, because of the way we cooked it. Let's have a taste. Outstanding. Man, that honey mustard is really delicious. You've got to try this. You can do this with any kind of chicken pieces you want. I just chose boneless and skinless chicken thighs because the thigh is my favorite part of the chicken. You could do this with breasts, any part. You could put whole chicken pieces, bone in, whatever you want to do with this, but you got to give it a try. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Kamado Joe, and also follow us on Twitter @Kamado Joe. And until next time, this is John Setzler with Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.